कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sastra Pramana for Ladies course. We are in the fifth session today. I need to cover quite a few topics, so let us begin. Yesterday we were talking about Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana is very important. So, does anyone have any questions or doubts about Shabda Pramana, what we discussed yesterday? Otherwise, I'll just tell you a little bit whatever we covered yesterday, and then we will move forward. So we discussed that Shabda Pramana means Apta Vakyam. It is a statement consisting of words which have the potency to indicate the meaning of an object, and also the statement must satisfy three conditions: Akanksha, Yogyata, and Sannidhi. Yes? And when one hears this statement, this authoritative statement, what is the procedure? The listener will first, after hearing a statement, he will recall the meanings of the words. So let me give you an example of a statement. Rama went to the forest is the statement. So how does one get Shabda Jnanam or Shabda Bodha from this Shabda Pramanam? The statement is Shabda Pramanam. Rama went to the forest. How do you get knowledge? How is Shabda Bodha happening? First, the person will recall the meanings of the words. Then he will rearrange the words in the sentence in the proper order, in the order of subject, verb, and object, in order to elicit the meaning. And finally, knowledge is born in his heart. That is Shabda Bodha or Shabda Jnanam. Now, yesterday, Girisha Mataji asked a question, but the person who is, we are saying this Shabda Pramana is independently giving knowledge. Is it giving independently knowledge? But Shabda Pramana is depending on Pratyaksha Pramana. Unless we have ears, we cannot hear that Shabda Pramana. That can be a question. So there it was explained that proper here, these are all the conditions required for the listener. Shabda Pramana means the sentence itself is Shabda Pramana. The statement itself is Shabda Pramana, and how one gets knowledge from the statement, there is a procedure. So there are certain conditions required for the listener in order to gain Shabda Jnanam. What are the conditions? He should know the meanings of the words. He should know how to arrange the words, Anvaya Kriya. He should know how to do Anvaya, how to rearrange the words. And also his, auditory faculty, right? His hearing capacity should be good. So when all these conditions are satisfied, then he is able to gain Shabda Jnanam. But if somebody is not able to get Shabda Jnanam because of not being able to hear properly or because of not knowing the language, for example, if a statement is said in Sanskrit, uh, I am Manavikaha Simhaha. This is a Sanskrit statement. Now, did you understand the meaning? Did you gain knowledge after hearing this statement? If you don't know Sanskrit, you probably didn't understand what I said. Now, because you didn't understand, can you say that the statement is defective? You cannot say. You didn't get knowledge, but that does not mean the statement is defective. What I'm trying to say here is Shabda Pramana, Shabda, right? It can be defective or non-defective. Non-defective Shabda. We are interested in non-defective Shabda because if the Shabda itself is defective, it will give us Ayathartha Jnanam. Ayathartha Jnanam. We want Yathartha Jnanam. If you all remember, what is our investigation? We are trying to find that source, that pramana, which can give us Yathartha Jnanam all the time, which can give us Yathartha Jnanam independent of other pramanas, and which can also correct other pramanas when they are giving Ayathartha Jnanam. This is our search. This is our investigation. So after looking at 10 pramanas, we have consolidated them into 3. That means the others fall under these 3 categories only. We have pratyaksha pramana, anumana pramana and shabda pramana. Now we have to scrutinize these 3 pramanas to see which of them is going to give us yathartha jnanam all the time, and it is going to give us yathartha jnanam independent of other pramanas, and which is also able to correct the other pramanas when they are going to give ayathartha jnanam. So then we looked at pratyaksha pramana. What did we say about pratyaksha pramana? Pratyaksha pramana means senses. Yes, pratyaksha pramana means senses. And the senses themselves have 4 defects: illusion, imperfection, mistakes, committing mistakes, and then you have the 4th one, cheating tendency. This is Brahma, Karana Patava, Pramada, Vipralipsa. These are the 4 defects. When these 4 defects are there, then the knowledge that such a pramana which has these 4 defects, the knowledge which it produces is not always yathartha jnanam. Sometimes it can be yathartha, sometimes it can be ayathartha jnanam. So we cannot, there's one more discussion here. How many types of pratyaksha pramanam did we see? You remember how many types of pratyaksha pramanam we saw? 24 types of pratyaksha pramanam. 24 types we saw, if you remember. 6 types coming from senses, yes, and again those 6 types are 2, nirvikalpa and savikalpa. And again those are of 2 types, vaidusha and avaidusha. So vaidusha pratyaksham, we have 12 types of vaidusha pratyaksham. Vaidusha pratyaksham means the senses of the liberated souls. They don't have any faults. So whatever knowledge is produced by the liberated souls, by the senses, by the direct perception of liberated souls is always giving us yathartha jnanam. It is always giving us yathartha jnanam, but it is dependent. You will know. How will you recognize? How will you recognize if who is a vidusha and that his pratyaksham is vaidusha pratyaksham? That has to be validated by another pramana. Therefore, even though it is giving us yathartha jnanam all the time, still, because of being dependent, we cannot accept pratyaksha pramanam. Then next, we looked at anumana pramanam also. This was all from yesterday's discussion. Anumana pramanam is, again, if anumana pramanam, you remember the procedure we discussed yesterday. Anumana pramanam means you form a rule, vyapti jnanam. How you form this rule? By observation in nature between 2 objects. Observation means direct perception. By your direct perception, you are forming a rule. Applying that rule, you are inferring knowledge. That is anumana pramana. That means Anumana pramana is rooted in pratyaksha pramana. Pratyaksha pramana has four defects, same four defects: Brahma, Karana Patava, Pramada, Vipralipsa. So, because of these four defects, even Anumana Pramana is not reliable. Sometimes it gives you Yathartha Jnanam, sometimes it gives you Ayathartha Jnanam. So, you cannot depend on that. We also discussed, is it possible to have Anumana Pramanam without any defects? Is it possible to get Anumana Pramanam without any defects? Yes, it is possible. When can you get Anumana Pramanam without defects? If that Vyapti Jnanam, that rule, if that is made based on non-defective source. So if your Vyapti is not taken from direct perception, instead, if you take that Vyapti, that rule that you form, it is taken from a non-defective source, then your Anumana Pramana can give you Yathartha Jnanam. So if Anumana Pramanam, if it is always based on this non-defective source, non-defective Pramanam, then Anumana Pramanam will give you Yathartha Jnanam. But still you cannot accept Anumana Pramanam as your the ultimate Pramanam. Why? Because it is dependent on another Pramanam. That Vyapti is coming from another Pramanam. It is not independently giving you knowledge. So because of these two reasons, we have rejected Pratyaksha Pramanam and Anumana Pramanam. They are not able to give us knowledge independently, and also they are not able to give us Yathartha Jnanam all the time. Everyone is with me? Did you follow so far? Thank you, Padma Mataji. Yes? Thank you, Shamshri Mataji. Okay. Yes, thank you. Okay. So now we have to continue further. We also discussed yesterday. So after we rejected Pratyaksha and Anumana, what is left? What is left? Shabda Pramanam is left. Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji. I have one question, Mataji. That is Anumana Pramanam. You have told this Vyapti. Any example you can give for this non-defective source Vyapti that depends on the non-defective source that you have explained now.
Yeah.
I want an example for that Anumana Pramanam on non-defective source. What we will take into that
Okay.
Vyapti on that non-defective source example.
Okay. I will give Mataji. So first of all, yesterday I was not able to cover, I didn't give examples for non-defective Shabda yesterday. Let me first give you some examples and then I will explain that. So non-defective Shabda means what? So yeah. So we said Shabda can be either with defects or without defects. We want that Shabda which does not have these four defects: Brahma, Pramada, Karana Patava, and Vipralipsa. We want a Shabda which does not have these four defects. That will be our non-defective Shabda. What is Shabda with defects? We already discussed. Shabda with defects means any statements which are rooted in Anumana and Shabda, Pratyaksha Pramana. All the books that we have now from schools and colleges, which were written by people either by their, hypothesis or by their direct perception. With that as the source, whatever books we have now, that is all Shabda Pramana rooted in Pratyaksha and Anumana. Therefore, the knowledge that is coming from there is not reliable as Yathartha Jnanam all the time. So now Meenakshi Mataji is asking, what is what is anumana pramana, which is rooted in non-defective shabda. So first let us see what is, are there any, can we give any examples of shabda which does not have four defects? Yes? Can, is there any example of shabda praman which does not have four defects? Shabda pramana means, shabda pramana means a sentence. Okay? So let's take one sentence. Himalayas are covered in snow. Himalayas are covered in snow. One example. Second example, sun rises in the east. Sun rises in the east. Okay. Now, in these two sentences, can you call them a shabda without defects? What is shabda without defects? A shabda which does not have defects will give you yathartha jnanam all the time. It should give you yathartha jnanam all the time. So, when I say Himalayas are covered in snow, how do you get knowledge? First of all, Himalayas is a word. Then they are covered in snow. So there is snow, covered, and Himalayas. So you know the meanings of these three words. Then you arrange it in your mind and you come up with the understanding. You have never gone to Himalayas. You have never seen Himalayas. Still, you get knowledge. Himalayas are covered in snow. Himalayas means mountains, snow. You know what is snow and you know what is being covered. You get some knowledge. Anyone in any part of the world at any time, many millions of years from today or many millions of years in the past, when they hear this statement, Himalayas are covered in snow, will they all get the same knowledge or not? Provided, provided they know the meanings of the words, they know the language, and their ears are working fine. Will they all get the same knowledge or not? If you think yes, give me a thumbs up. Yes, yes. Anyone who hears this statement, yes, yes. Anyone who hears this statement, they will always get the same knowledge. Himalayas are covered in snow. Such a statement is called a shabda without defects. This is a statement which has no defects. That means it will always give you the same knowledge. Sun rises in the east. Sun rises in the east. This is a non-defective shabda. Sun, east, and it rises. You know the meaning of these three words? You arrange them and you get knowledge. Oh, the sun rises in the east. It does not matter. You go to any yuga, past, present, future, anywhere, sun always rises in the east. This holds good. This is yathartha jnanam. So now coming back to Meenakshi Mataji's question, can you give an example of anumana pramana? If somebody made this sun rises in the east as the foundation, they make this their rule, sun rises in the east using this, now you get more knowledge in future. This is just for example I'm saying. These are just a few sentences. We have a lot more to study. But I'm just saying, like this, a non-defective, when you have, Prabhuji wants to say something. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji. Just I am trying to explain whatever Mataji asked the question. She's asking, is there any anumana pramana, that means which is rely on the shabda pramana, non-defective shabda. Can I give an example? She's asking. So you can take example like this. So that means you should find a vyapti which is based upon the non-defective shabda. So non-defective Shabda is nothing but the Sastra, actually Vedas. So which we are going to establish in the coming classes. So that's why non-defective Shabda means Shastra. Example, Bhakti Shastras. You take Bhakti Shastras. Bhakti Shastras are saying, what they are saying? Because of the devotee association only, one can become a devotee. This is the rule, thumb rule actually. That means, and also it is a right. Without the association of devotee, no one can become a devotee. So this is a thumb rule. That means yatra yatra. So bhaktasya sangatyam tatra tatraiva bhaktihi. So that means wherever there is association of devotee, there only the possibility of devotion. So now if you find someone, now you come to someone, some person you came to know, you are seeing he is doing devotion. So then what you can say? You can say, even you didn't see whether he associated a devotee or not, but you can say there is an association of devotee in his past. Okay, so like that, like in the case of our regular example, what in a kitchen we have seen, what we have seen, we have seen there is a relationship between the fire and smoke. So smoke is always coming from the fire only, and without fire there is no possibility of smoke. Similarly, here also without association of the devotee, there is no possibility of the bhakti. So now you are seeing new person, some new person you are seeing as a devotee. That means you can say immediately he got association of devotees in the past, like that. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Okay,
Very
Archana
nice.
Mataji,
Thank
is it okay? Yeah. Continue.
Yes. So actually, what happened was I was thinking because I didn't come to Shastra yet, I won't bring Shastra in, but this is a perfect example. Thank you.
Okay. Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. So, Shabda Pramana. Now we are looking for non-defective Shabda. Okay. Now we have to see this non-defective Shabda. We said these two examples. For example, sun rises in the east and Himalayas are covered in snow. This is a non-defective Shabda. Let us see what are the now we want to see what is the relationship. So what is the quality of non-defective Shabda? First quality is it has to give yathartha jnanam all the time. It has to give yathartha jnanam independent of other pramanas. And also we said it should be able to correct other pramanas when they are giving ayathartha jnanam. Now I will start showing on the whiteboard. You're raising your hand probably from before, I think. Let me share this screen. Okay. Athi Subkumar Mataji, you have a question? Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, for beginners like me, can I understand non-defective Shabda Jnanam to be universal truth?
Yes, it is universal truth, and we will establish that also. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Today's session 5. Okay. So now today's topic is non-defective shabda. We are looking at non-defective shabda. For short, we will say NDS. Okay, non-defective shabda. What do we want to know? Non-defective shabda, we said it has to give yathartha jnanam all the time. Second, it has to be independent. That means it gives you yathartha jnanam independently. Independently gives yathartha jnanam. Independently means without depending on other pramanas. And it should be able to correct other pramanas. This we had said before. Okay. So based on that, now we will see give what is the position of non-defective shabda in relation to pratyaksha anumana pramanas. That's what we want to see. So we define what is non-defective shabda. Now we will see relationship between non-defective shabda and other pramanas. Here other pramanas means we have only pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. Okay. So first point is non-defective shabda always gives yathartha jnanam. Okay. What about anumana and what about pratyaksha and anuman pramanas? Pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana give yathartha jnanam sometimes and ayathartha jnanam at other times. Okay. What is the first point? Now we're looking at the relationship between non-defective shabda and other pramanas. So the first point is non-defective shabda always gives yathartha jnanam. What about anumana and pratyaksha and anumana pramanas? They don't give yathartha jnanam all the time. Sometimes they give yathartha jnanam, sometimes they give ayathartha jnanam. Second, non-defective shabda is the king and pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramanas are the servants. Okay. Non-defective shabda is the king Pratyaksha and anumana pramanas are the servants. How? Now, to understand that, we have to see what is the relationship between king and servants. Okay? What is the relationship between the king and his servants? That we are going to see now. You see that in 6. First, the servants are always dependent on the king. First point. The relationship between king and servants is the servants are always dependent on the king. Second point, the king is independent of his servants. He's independent. He doesn't depend. He's independent. Whereas the servants are always dependent, but the king is independent. Third point, the servants serve the king according to their capacity. Servants serve the king according to their capacity. That means the king is so great, right? The servants may not match up to the king, but according to their capacity, they can serve. As much as they're able to serve, they will serve. In some cases, they may not have the capacity to serve the king, but as per their capacity, they will serve. They can only serve the king according to their capacity. They cannot, a servant cannot serve the king completely. He can only serve as much as his capacity permits him. Next. The king overrules the servants. That means if the servant says something, the king can overrule that statement. You understand? The king overrules the servant. So if the servant, for example, if the servant does something, the king can he can overrule it and he can make his statement instead, and his statement will hold. The king overrules the servants. Fifth one, the servant cannot oppose the king. The servant cannot oppose the king. So can the same thing apply? The servant says something and the king overrules it. Now if the king says something, can the servant overrule that? Can the servant oppose that? The king made an order and the servant says he can oppose that and say no, it cannot be like this. No. The servant cannot oppose the king. The servant, if the king says something, the servants don't have the power to oppose what the king has said. Finally, 6. The king can reach those situations which the servants are not able to reach. He's so great, the king is so great. Even those places, those situations which are beyond the reach of the servants, the king is able to reach. This is the position of the king. Okay, let's go over this one more time. What is the relationship? We are trying to understand the relationship between non-defective shabda and other pramanas. So other pramanas means that will include pratyaksha pramana, anumana pramana, and defective shabda, everything, all the others. What is the position? What is the relationship between non-defective shabda and other pramanas? First, we said non-defective shabda always gives only yathartha jnanam. It will give only yathartha jnanam. Second is pratyaksha anumana pramanas give yathartha jnanam sometimes. They sometimes give yathartha jnanam and sometimes they give ayathartha jnanam. That means they are not giving only yathartha jnanam. They give yathartha jnanam, but sometimes they give, sometimes they don't. When they will give, when they don't give, we don't know. Second point is the relationship between this non-defective shabda and pratyaksha anumana pramanas is what? Non-defective shabda is the king and pratyaksha anumana pramanas are the servants. Then what do you mean by king and servants? What is the relationship between king and servants? The servants are always dependent on the king. The king is independent of his servants. It's not that if the servants are not there, then he cannot be the king. The king is always the king. The king is independent of his servants. Then, third point, the servants serve the king according to their capacity. Servants have limited capacity. They can only serve the king according to their capacity. The king overrules the servants. He has such power that he can overrule what the servants have said or done. He can overrule that. But the servant's position is, if the king has said or done something, they cannot oppose it. They cannot oppose it. And the king can reach those situations which the servants are not able to reach. What did we say? We said that the relationship between non-defective shabda and pratyaksha anumana pramana is like king and servant. That means what should we do here now? In the place of king, here, in the place of king, you take non-defective shabda. And in the place of servants, you take, what should you take? Pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. So the same thing now, you see. Only now in the place of king, you take non-defective shabda. What are we saying? Non-defective shabda or shabda is the king. Pratyaksha and anumana pramanas are servants. So once again, now we will see the relationship between king and servant only in terms of non-defective shabda. What is the first one? Non-defective shabda will give, actually first servants, no? Pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. Pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana are always rooted, means what? Dependent, rooted in or dependent on what? Non-defective shabda. Just like the servants are dependent on the king, pratyaksha anumana pramanas are dependent on non-defective shabda. Second, non-defective shabda gives yathartha jnanam independent of pratyaksha and anumana pramanas. Okay, non-defective shabda gives yathartha jnanam independent of pratyaksha anumana pramanas. Independently it's giving yathartha jnanam. What did we see about anumana and pratyaksha pramanam? Remember, pratyaksha pramanam, even if it is giving yathartha jnanam, we saw avaidusa pratyaksham, it is still dependent. It is dependent on a non-defective shabda to validate that. Anumana pramanam, even if it is rooted in non-defective shabda, still it is dependent on that. Anuman praman means first you need to have that vyapti jnanam. That vyapti jnanam is coming from non-defective shabda. That means it is dependent. So these are dependent. But non-defective shabda, it is independent. It gives knowledge independently, independent of any other pramanas. Third one, pratyaksha pramanam and anumana pramanam serve non-defective shabda according to their capacity. According to their capacities. Pratyaksha and anumana pramanas serve non-defective shabda according to their capacities. We will discuss it, okay? How it is, we will go step by step. So just take these points for now and try to, remember these points first. And then we will go inside and with examples we will prove. Next. Non-defective shabda overrules pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. Fifth one, pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana cannot oppose non-defective shabda. Finally, the last one is non-defective shabda can reach those situations, or you can say here, what are they giving us? Prama, right? They are giving us yathartha jnanam about what? About prameyam, right? So prameyam means what? You remember? Prama, pramana, pramata, prameyam. You remember, right? Prameyam means the object about which you are getting knowledge. So non-defective shabda can reach those prameyam which cannot be reached by pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. Okay? Everyone got these points? Is this okay? Now we are going to, okay. Now we are actually going to go into, now we will compare. Yes, Mataji, Padma Keshi Mataji. Unmute. You are in mute, Mataji. Yes.
Mataji, can reach those relations, situations, can reach those situations. What is next?
Which cannot be reached by pratyaksha and anumana pramana. So non-defective shabda can reach those situations. So let's say pramayam. Okay. Non-defective shabda can reach those pramayams which cannot be reached by pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. Or pramayam, you can say those objects. Non-defective shabda can reach those objects which cannot be reached by pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. Okay. So
Thank you.
yeah, Hari Krishna. All right. So we'll continue. Looks like we don't have any questions or any confusions so far. Let's continue. Now our task is we have to prove each of these points. So here, this is the relationship between non-defective shabda and pratyaksha anuman pramana. We will take one at a time. We will see what is the relationship between non-defective shabda and pratyaksha pramana. Before that, let me tell you, we have not yet found out what this non-defective shabda is. At this stage, we are assuming that there is something. There is that shabda. There is one shabda which has no defect. What is non-defective shabda? Brahma, pramada, karana padava, vipralipsa, dosha rahita vachanatmaka shabda. I can write that down for you. What is non-defective shabda? So then you may ask, where is that, Mataji? So that's why I'm telling you. Now at this stage we are assuming, and if such a shabda exists, what is the relationship of that shabda with here? What is non-defective shabda? Brahma, pramada, karana patava, vipralipsa. These are the four doshas. Dosha rahita vachanatmaka. Shabda. Okay. So Brahma Pramada Karana Patava Vipralipsa Dosha Rahita Vachanatmaka Shabda. So non-defective Shabda is that statement which is free from the defects of Brahma Pramada Karana Patava and Vipralipsa. Non-defective Shabda means it is that statement which is free from the four defects of Brahma, Pramada, Karana Patava, and Vipralipsa. So you may ask, where is that? I just gave you some examples. Himalayas covered by snow and sun rises in the east. This is just one or two statements, right? But let's say there is that pramana, right? Of course, we all know it is Shastra, but at this point we are assuming there is that non-defective shabda. Then what is the relationship of that non-defective shabda with pratyaksha pramana? For example, now first we are going to see relationship between non-defective shabda and pratyaksha pramana. What are we going to do here? We will take the same points what we saw, and then we will establish, we will prove that those statements actually hold good in the case of pratyaksha pramana. And similarly, in the next class, what we will do is we will see the relationship between non-defective shabda and anumana pramana. Okay, so we are going to go over the same points now with examples in relation to pratyaksha pramana. What did we say? First thing is, what was the first point we said? That we said that it is always this pratyaksha and anumana pramanas. Pratyaksha, also here we are talking about only pratyaksha pramana. So pratyaksha pramana does not give yathartha jnanam all the time. Sometimes it gives you yathartha jnanam and sometimes it gives ayathartha jnanam. That means it's not giving yathartha jnanam all the time. This is called vyabhicharata, prostitution. Why? Vyabhicharata means what? Means she's not faithful to one man. She's not faithful to her husband. Sometimes she's with this person, sometimes she's with that person. How do you understand that in relation to pratyaksha pramana? Pratyaksha pramana is not always giving yathartha jnanam. Sometimes it is giving yathartha jnanam, sometimes it is giving ayathartha jnanam. Yes, that is why. Okay, example. Yeah, we need examples. That's when we understand how to prove that pratyaksha pramana. Okay, how do you understand this? Or you can also say this in like this. Pratyaksha jnanam, right? The knowledge that you get, or yathartha jnanam. It is not closely tied, right? So the knowledge which is produced, the yathartha jnanam, it is not closely tied with pratyaksha pramanam. It is loose. The connection between pratyaksha pramanam and yathartha jnanam, or let's say pratyaksha pramanam, yathartha jnanam are loosely connected. Loosely connected. Okay. So basically what we are saying is, it is not going to give us yathartha jnanam all the time. That's the main point here. It is not going to give you yathartha jnanam all the time. Sometimes it gives, sometimes it doesn't give. Example. So there was a boy, Devadatta. Devadatta was at a magic show. Devadatta in a magic show. What does he see? He saw that the magician had the head of his friend in a plate. Devadatta is seeing the head of his friend cut, right, in a plate. The magician is showing this. So seeing this, Devadatta, what did he think? He thought, sees the imaginary head. He sees the imaginary head of his friend. Okay. this head is actually an imaginary head created by this magician. He created it. Okay, imaginary head created by this magician. Seeing this, Devadatta is becoming sad, right? Oh, my friend's head is cut. That means his eyes, his pratyaksha pramanam, he's seeing imaginary head, but his eyes are giving him knowledge that his friend's head is cut, and he starts lamenting. What does this show? That his eyes are not giving him yathartha jnanam. What is the fact there? The fact is this person's head is imaginary. It's not real. This is imaginary head, right? It is imaginary. But Devadatta is thinking this is his friend's head, and he starts to cry. He starts to cry. Oh, my friend's head. My friend is dead. My friend is dead. Like that. This shows that pratyaksha pramanam does not give yathartha jnanam all the time. Yes, everyone is with me. You understood? He is seeing the imaginary head and he is thinking it is really his friend's head. So, and he is lamenting. That means his eyes did not give him yathartha jnanam in this case. His eyes gave him ayathartha jnanam. Seeing the imaginary head, he is thinking this is his friend's head. So that is how we are seeing that pratyaksha pramanam does not give yathartha jnanam all the time. There is vyabhicharata. That means it is not stable. Okay, another word here is so pratyaksha pramanam is not stable in giving yathartha jnanam. This is the example. Please pay attention to these examples. On Monday, I will ask you to tell me which example is for which case. So hear nicely now and then go back and refer. After class, you have 2 days off, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, I will ask you example for each one. Which example goes for what, you should tell me. Second, so this was for pratyaksha pramanam. Then what was the second point? We are comparing, isn't it? Here what we are doing, we are comparing non-defective shabda with pratyaksha pramanam. So pratyaksha pramanam has vyabhicharata. What about non-defective shabda? It has avyabhicharata. Avyabhichari. That means it is always stable. Always stable in giving what? Yathartha jnanam. In giving yathartha jnanam. Can we get an example? Yes. Example of non-defective shabda. Himalayas have snow. Or another example, you can say jewel mines. Jewel mines have jewels. Okay? Okay? Himalayas have snow. This is a non-defective shabda. What does that mean? This statement will produce the same knowledge and real knowledge whenever, wherever, to whoever it is spoken. This knowledge will give the same, this statement, this pramana, this non-defective shabda, Himalayas have snow, this statement will give the same yathartha jnanam as it is. What is the knowledge here? That Himalayas have snow. Anyone who understands English, when he hears this, he will get the same knowledge. There is no difference. Not that some person will think Himalayas have, something else. Everyone will get the same knowledge. Himalayas have snow. Or when they hear jewel mines have jewels, whoever hears, they'll get the same knowledge. This shows that non-defective shabda always gives yathartha jnanam. It is stable in giving yathartha jnanam. Or if you want to say it in another way, it is tightly connected. Non-defective shabda is tightly connected with what? Yathartha jnanam. It will always give you yathartha jnanam. Okay? Clear? Now let's go to the king. The next point we said was that non-defective shabda is the king. And here, since we are discussing the case of pratyaksha pramana is the servant. Okay. And in this, we saw 6 cases. So we have to do a case study for each of these 6. First one. So here for servant, what will we use? Pratyaksha pramana. Pratyaksha pramana is always dependent on non-defective shabda, or pratyaksha pramana is dependent on shabda. Shampriya Mataji. Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Pranam Mataji. Mataji, whenever you are saying you are using this word non-defective sabda, that means that it should satisfy all the 3 conditions. That's what we assume, that it should satisfy all the 3 conditions. That it should give yathartha jnanam all the time, and it should be able to correct the other defective pramanams, and it should act independently.
Yes.
So these 3 conditions, the non-defective shabda should satisfy. That's
Yes.
what we should assume, na?
Yes.
Yes. But in the case, just like I'm just trying to understand that in the first thing that you gave the example that Himalayas are covered with snow. So yes, it's yathartha jnanam all the time. Always it's like Himalayas are covered with snow. But is it independent? Is this because somebody must have seen the Himalayas that they're covered with snow, and then this knowledge is coming, or how we are able to infer this statement, Himalayas are covered with snow? Because somebody must have gone to the Himalayas one time and have given like this. I'm trying to understand the statement, because it should satisfy all the 3 conditions, na? So
We will
it is
discuss it
dependent
at
on
the
the
end,
pramanam.
Mataji. These questions we will discuss at the end. Let's first cover these 6 points, because immediately whatever we are doing now with what I'm explaining, if you're not able to catch those points, because if I just leave that and if I go forward, then you won't be able to catch. So that's why if you have anything in what we are discussing now, you ask. After we finish this at the end, then I'll take these questions we can discuss. Okay?
Okay, Mati. Thank you. Thank you, Mati.
Yeah. All right. So let us continue. So here, pratyaksha pramana is dependent on non-defective shabda. Yes, is dependent on non-defective shabda. Example, so we want to prove that pratyaksha pramana is dependent on non-defective shabda. Example. So previously we saw that Devadatta was in a magic show. And in the magic show, what happened? What happened in the magic show? Devadatta saw his friend's head. It was an imaginary head, but he thought it was his friend's head. And he started crying. Then his other friends told him, "Why you're crying? That is just an imaginary head. It's not real. Your friend is not dead. That's just the magician's magic. It's not true." Then he became okay. He was like, "Oh, okay, this is not my friend." Now that same Devadatta happened to go to the fields one day, maybe the next day. He was in the fields, and in the fields, he sees the cut off head of his friend on the ground, fallen like that. This time, it was real. Somebody had actually cut off his friend's head. But Devadatta is thinking, "Oh, this must also be imaginary. I saw yesterday. That was just magic." This must also be magic. What does this tell you? His eyes were seeing that actually his friend's head was there, but still the eyes were giving him knowledge that this is not real. This is not real. This is imaginary. That means eyes are under the influence of which defect here? Eyes are under the influence of Brahma, isn't it? Brahma, he's under illusion that this is not my friend. Yes, Brahma, Kalyani Mataji, correct. He's thinking that this is not my friend. This is just imaginary. Then what happened? From the sky, Akashvani, there was Akashvani that said, "Oh Devadatta, this head is of your friends only. Your friend was killed by some thugs, some rogues, they came and killed him. This is your friend's head." Then he said, "Oh my God, this is my friend," and he started crying. That means, what happened initially? Initially, his pratyaksha, pramana, his eyes did not give him yathartha jnanam. He was seeing the real head of his friend, but he was thinking it is not real. Yes, that means his eyes because of being illusioned, they were getting ayathartha jnanam. They were getting ayathartha jnanam. Then Akashvani. What is Akashvani here? Akashvani is the non-defective shabda. Non-defective shabda. What is non-defective shabda? We already set the criteria for what is non-defective shabda. So just like when Kamsa was taking Vasudev and Devaki, he heard Akashvani from the sky. The 8th child of your sister is going to kill you. Akashvani. Right? Like that, here also this Akashvani told Devadatta, this is your son. So that is a true statement. Akashvani is a true statement. That is the non-defective Shabda. What is the relationship here? The relationship is Pratyaksha Pramana was not getting Yathartha Jnanam first. Under illusion, Pratyaksha Pramanam was not giving Yathartha Jnanam. But when Akashvani said, then that illusion was removed, and now this Pratyaksha Pramanam is giving real knowledge. Originally, first he thought, this is not my friend's head. After hearing from Akashvani, then his eyes actually accepted, this is my friend. What was the point here? That Pratyaksha is dependent on non-defective Shabda. So here Pratyaksha was not able to give Yathartha Jnanam at first, but when non-defective Shabda, Akashvani, said, then Pratyaksha gave Yathartha Jnanam. You understood this point? Yes? Clear? You understood this example? Not clear? One more time, repeat. Okay. Devadatta went to the field, and in the field he sees the dead, the head of his friend. Okay? His friend whose head is cut off, he's seen in the field. And he's thinking, this is not my friend. This is just imaginary. Or you can take another example if this is too complicated. In the field they keep scarecrows, right? Scarecrows also have a head, and they keep a stick to drive away birds. So like that he sees like that. Or at least he's thinking it is a scarecrow. Actually it was his friend who was killed and put there, but he's thinking this is a scarecrow. But then Akashvani said, Devadatta, this is not scarecrow, this is your friend who's been killed by somebody. Then he realizes, this is my friend. He realizes this is my friend. And he starts crying. Point is, at first his pratyaksha pramanam, his eyes did not give him yathartha jnanam. Even though he was seeing his friend, he is thinking it is scarecrow. He was getting ayathartha jnanam. He was getting ayathartha jnanam. His pratyaksha was not giving him real knowledge. After he heard the non-defective shabda, Akashvani, Then his eyes told him, this is actually my friend. And he got actual knowledge. Then he started crying, my friend is dead, my friend is dead. Clear? The point is, this pratyaksha pramanam is dependent on non-defective shabda to give yathartha jnanam. This is the example. Pratyaksha pramanam is depending on non-defective shabda to give yathartha jnanam. Okay? I think that's clear. Next. We have to go to the next point now. The second. So this is a relationship. So I didn't write here. Let me write something. Example. Devadatta in the field sees his friend's head and thinks it is a scarecrow. Scarecrow. Akashvani, that's the non-defective shabda, tells him that it is not a scarecrow, but his friend. Okay. So by this example, we are seeing that pratyaksha pramana. Okay. Then now Devadatta gets knowledge that the person he's seeing is his friend. Okay, next one. I have to cover all points today. I have to speed up. Second one. Second one is pratyaksha. This non-defective shabda is independent. It gives is independent. Is independently giving yathartha jnanam. Okay, YJ means yathartha jnanam. Is independently giving yathartha jnanam. Example. So this is in relation to pratyaksha pramanam, right? So non-defective. This is not. That means it is not depending on pratyaksha pramanam. It's not depending on any pramanam. Example. So once 10 students were crossing, or I'll explain it to you and I'll just say. The example for this is, you are the 10th one. Okay, I will explain it to you. You are the 10th one. Just take the example is, you are the 10th one. I'll tell you what it is. Once 10 students were crossing a river on a boat, and after crossing, they want to make sure that everyone came home, they crossed safely. So they start counting how many, all 10 have reached or not. So they start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 are here. And then he gets worried. Looks like one person got drowned in the river. So then another person says, okay, I'll count, wait. And that person also counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 people are. All 10, they're counting, but they're only getting 9. And they start crying, oh, one of us got drowned, one of us got drowned. Then Jnani, right? A wise person comes there. and he sees that they're crying. What happened? Then they say, like this, we were crossing, one of us got drowned, only 9 of us have reached here. He said, okay, count. And then again in front of that wise man, he starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the wise man says, you are the 10th one. You didn't count yourself. You are the 10th one. That means now by pratyaksham, okay, here the main point is non-defective shabda gives knowledge independently. It does not depend on anyone to give. So here the statement of this wise person who said, you are the 10th one, that is independently coming. That knowledge is coming independently. It's not depending on anyone, isn't it? So here you can also see how, okay, let's just keep it like this. Okay. So the knowledge is coming independently. Here the point is non-defective shabda gives yathartha jnanam independently. What is the yathartha jnanam here? That actually there are 10 people, but they were not able to find out, right? They were thinking there's only 9. So independently, this non-defective shabda, which is the statement of this wise man, has given knowledge that yathartha jnanam, that actually there are 10. How? By saying you are the 10th one, he's given yathartha jnanam. That much. Okay. Second point, clear. Next one. If you are stuck anywhere, if you are not able to understand, then raise your hand. Okay. I can explain. Next point. The third one. So I didn't write the whole story here. You can hear and also by your memory you can. Third one. Third one is pratyaksha pramana serves non-defective shabda according to its capacity. Pratyaksha pramana serves non-defective shabda according to its capacity. What's the example for this? Example. That means, what do you mean by it serves according to its capacity? It serves according to its capacity means sometimes it is able to serve and sometimes it is not able to serve. That's what it means. Okay? Serves according to its capacity means sometimes pratyaksha pramanam is able to serve non-defective shabda, and sometimes pratyaksha pramanam is not able to serve non-defective shabda. Okay? So now we have to give examples that pratyaksha pramanam is not able to serve sometimes and pratyaksha pramanam is able to serve. Example. So here non-defective shabda is a statement which says that fire is the remedy for cold. Cold means now it's winter time, you're feeling cold. What should you do? Right? So the statement, Shabda Pramana is saying the remedy for cold is fire or heat. Okay? The remedy for cold is fire. That is the Shabda Pramana. This is Shabda Pramana. Now, Pratyaksha Pramana is a servant. It has to serve this. How will serving means what? Support. It has to support. How does Pratyaksha Pramana serve non-defective Shabda? It has to support this statement. Okay. So the statement is saying fire is the remedy for cold. So how does Pratyaksha Pramana support it? So in winter time, when you're feeling cold, you go near a campfire you are relieved from cold. Yes? Pratyaksha means what? Direct perception. So this is the statement. Sabda pramanam is the statement. And by your direct perception, you are actually proving it. Yes, it's true. That means pratyaksha pramanam is serving non-defective shabda. Yes? You actually go to fire in winter time and you go close to it and you get warm and you're relieved from that pain of cold by coming close to fire. So by pratyaksha pramanam, you are proving or you are supporting the statement of shabda pramanam. That means pratyaksha pramanam is serving shabda non-defective shabda here. Okay. Now we have to see another case. This is one case, but the case where it is not able to serve. We said according to its capacity means sometimes it is able to serve, sometimes it is not able to serve. So another example would be the non-defective shabda is saying here a mother tells her son, my dear boy, you were born to me in the city of Mathura. Okay? You were born to me in the city of Mathura. Who's saying? Mother is saying. Mother's statement to her son is Shabda Pramana. Mother's statement to her son is Shabda Pramana. She's saying, my dear boy, you are born to me in the city of Mathura. Now, Pratyaksha Pramana means direct perception. That means this boy must now perceive directly what has been said by his mother. Is it possible? Is it possible for this boy to actually perceive that he is born to his mother in Mathura? Can he perceive it? No. Kalyani Mataji, correct. No. For him to perceive it, he will have to go back on that day. If he's 5 years old, 5 years ago, on that day, when his mother gave birth, he should be there and he should witness. Oh yes, I'm born to my mother. Can he do that? Can he do that? No, it's not possible. That means Pratyaksha Pramanam is limited. It cannot serve non-defective Shabda always. According to its capacity, is able to serve. It cannot serve every time. Proof is this example. So, in this case, Pratyaksha Pramanam cannot support non-defective Shabda. Okay. Next point. What was the fourth one? Fourth point is non-defective Shabda overrules. Overrules. Today, if we go a few minutes over, please excuse me for that. I'll just finish these 6 points. Okay. And anyway, tomorrow and day after, you don't have class. On Monday, we will start with a relationship between a non-defective Shabda and Anuman Praman. So let me just finish this, even if we go over time. Please, I'm requesting everyone. Non-defective Shabda overrules Pratyaksha Pramana. Example. So, a snake bite. What do you call him? One snake bite mantrika. I don't know what you call in English. Mantrikudu. By chanting mantras, he removes poison. That's a mantrika. Okay, snake charmer. I guess you can call him a snake charmer. Okay. What he does is, now one boy, Devadatta, was bitten by a serpent. Okay, he was bitten by a poisonous serpent, by a cobra, and it was seen, right? Not Okay, he was bitten, and everyone saw that he was bitten by a snake, by a serpent, and then immediately his, leg became turned blue. That means there's poison is spreading in his body. You can see that visibly by your pratyaksha. You are seeing that there is poison in his body. The body has turned blue. Now, this snake bite charmer, he comes and he's chanting a mantra. What is that mantra saying? After the snake bite, now your body is free from poison. He's chanting a mantra. That mantra is saying your body, even like you're bitten by the snake, but now your body is free from poison. He chanted that mantra. This mantra chanted by the snake charmer is non-defective shabda. Pratyaksha pramanam is saying what? The body has turned blue. There is poison. Even though your eyes are telling you that there is poison in the body, the mantra is saying there is no poison in the body. That means this mantra is nullifying. It is overruling, overriding what your pratyaksha is telling you. Your pratyaksha is telling you that there is still poison, but the mantra is saying no, there is no poison. This is the position of non-defective shabda. It can overrule even what knowledge you get from pratyaksha. The way a king overrules servants, in the same way, non-defective shabda overrules pratyaksha praman. The knowledge produced by pratyaksha praman, that is overruled there. Okay? Clear? Yeah. If you have doubts, you raise your hand. Okay. Okay. Next. Kalyani Mataji. Unmute.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, after nullifying the poison, is this leg is not coming to the original color, Mataji?
Eventually it will come, but it is understood that by chanting that mantra, there is no more poison there. There is no poison there. Even though your eyes are telling that there is poison, but the mantra is so powerful that by that mantra, poison is removed. Although the eyes are showing that there is poison, actually there is no poison because of that mantra. That is the potency of the mantra.
Yes, Mataji.
Kalyani Mataji. Yeah?
Yes, Mataji. मेरा पॉइंट है कि पॉइजन नलिफाई हो गया
अभी है कि नहीं है? अब पॉइजन अभी है कि नहीं पूछ रही हैं आप?
नहीं वो अभी नहीं है पॉइजन इज निकल गया बट द कलर ऑफ द लेग इज देयर और इट विल
it is there, that is why it is still blue, but because the mantra is said, you accept that there is no poison even though your eyes are saying it is blue. Matlab abhi bhi poison hai, still there is poison, your eyes are saying, but the mantra is saying there is no poison, so you must accept what the mantra is saying.
Yes Mataji.
That is the power of mantra.
Yeah. So color is there, blue color is there. Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Revati Mataji, what do you want me to repeat? Same thing? Revati Senthil Kumar Mataji, you're saying please repeat again. Just now I repeated, is that okay? Yes, okay. Thank you. Next. 10 o'clock already. I have 2 more points to cover. Next point. Fifth one. Pratyaksha Pramanam cannot oppose non-defective Shabda. Cannot oppose. This is easy. Pratyaksha Pramanam cannot oppose non-defective Shabda. Okay, here I said snake bite mantrika, chants a mantra. There is no poison in your body. After snake bite. Okay, that's the previous example. Okay, then fifth one is pratyaksha pramana cannot oppose non-defective shabda. So non-defective shabda is saying what here? So this mantra, this is non-defective shabda here. Okay, this mantra, that is non-defective shabda here. So example I told you, I didn't write here, but you understand. Pratyaksha pramanam is showing that the body is still blue. But the non-defective shabda mantra is saying there is no poison. So this has precedence. The mantra has precedence over what you're seeing. So mantra is overruling pratyaksha pramana. Previous example. This example, next one, pratyaksha pramana cannot oppose non-defective shabda. Non-defective shabda is saying the ashes of gold are sticky. That means if you burn gold, the ashes that you get, it is sticky. This is the statement of non-defective shabda. Then if you actually burn them, then you will see that the ashes of gold are actually sticky. That means pratyaksha pramana supports. Okay, pratyaksha pramana is not opposing. It is not giving you contrary results than what is said by non-defective shabda. That's the point. Non-defective shabda is saying that when gold is burnt, the ashes of gold are sticky. And if you actually do it, when you burn, so pratyaksha means directly, when you actually burn that gold, you will see that in reality, yes, the ashes of gold are sticky. It's not giving some other result. It is not opposing what is said by non-defective shabda. Yes, clear? Pratyaksha pramana is not opposing what is said by pratyaksha. So by burning gold, it is actually seen that ashes of gold are sticky. Okay. And finally, the last point is non-defective shabda can approach those pramayas which cannot be approached by pratyaksha pramana. Non-defective shabda can approach those pramayas which cannot be approached by pratyaksha pramana. Example, Now, what are the pramayas that cannot be approached by pratyaksha pramana? The influence of grahas, planets. Influence of planets on people cannot be perceived directly. I mean to say, how this particular planet is actually causing this to me, can you actually perceive that by your direct perception? What that planet is doing to me, you cannot do. You cannot perceive it directly. Something is happening to you, but how it is happening by that influence, you cannot see that. But what is non-defective shabda here? Astrology. Astrology. This is a non-defective shabda. So by astrology, you understand horoscope, astrology and all that. By that you can understand how the planets are influencing. By this science, you can understand. How planets are influencing people. That means by pratyaksha pramanam, you are not able to see how planets are controlling people or how planets are influencing people. But by non-defective shabda, you can understand. That means non-defective shabda is able to approach those objects which cannot be approached by pratyaksha pramana. And very quickly, I will give you 2 more points, and with that we'll end this pratyaksha pramana here. One point is that, or should I stop here? I don't know. Prabhuji, should I stop here or is this 10:07? Yes, Mataji, Padma Keshi Mataji. Unmute.
The last slide example, the influence of grahas, planets on people cannot be perceived directly. I have to still note that last line.
I'll show you.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Kalyani Velaga Mataji, go ahead. Unmute.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, these topics are, when you are explaining, na, it is very clear and very nice to hear. But these technical knowledge, technical words, I know, Mataji, they are something confusing. So,
yeah.
Any steps, Mataji, to study well and remember all these things?
Repetition, Mataji. Here again. So first you heard today. Now you have this notes. So now you go back and take a look at the notes. And if you're not able to understand some points, if they're not clear, you go back and hear the lecture, or you can ask questions and get them clarified. That is the way. Practice, abhyasa. That's how you can learn.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mata. Thank you. Very wonderful session. It is really very. It is very new thing. I was really amazed to listen these topics. Actually, very thank you, Mata. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm actually repeating whatever I learned from my guru.
Yes, of course. We are all parrots.
Yes.
Of course. But nice parrot you are.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a compliment. Shampriya Mataji. Unmute.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Pranam Mataji. Mataji, that point that non-defective sabda is independently giving yathartha jnanam. You gave that example that now you are the 10th person. So could you please explain that example again and how it is showing that non-defective shabda is independently giving yathartha jnanam?
Yeah. So the point there is, first point was that non-defective shabda, here the point is non-defective shabda is the king. King does not depend on anyone else. He's not dependent. It's a different thing that they're serving him, but he's not depending on them. He's independent. That is the point there. And to prove that point, this example is given. So in this example, non-defective shabda is, what is the ayathartha jnanam that these people were having, the 10 people, that there are only 9, one person is drowned. So they were under this illusion. They had this ayathartha jnanam that there were only 9. This wise person who came, he's saying, you are the 10th one. Is he getting any help from any other source to give this right knowledge that you are the 10th one? Is he depending on any other source here?
He first get to know that he asked that what is the problem. They said that they presume that because there are only 9 persons, so they presume that one person must have drowned. So because of that, they were lamenting. So because of then that person, that the wise person, that he asked that why are you lamenting? So he asked the question. They said that we are lamenting because one person is drowned. Okay, so they already presume, that means anumana they have made, that because one person is missing, So they presume that.
That's not the point, Mataji. That's not the point. The point is non-defective shabda is independently giving knowledge. You have to pay attention to that. That wise person's statement is coming independently. That you have to catch. They are presuming, that is their problem. But non-defective shabda is giving knowledge without depending on anything. That is the point.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Okay. Getting Mataji. Yeah, that is saying he counted and then he get to know that there are 10 persons.
Again, Mataji, because someone else was speaking, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, Mataji got a little bit that because then what he did, he counted the number of persons and then he said that okay, there are 10. So his knowledge is just independent of what is presumed.
His knowledge is independent. He gave yathartha jnana. Yathartha jnana means actually there were 10. Ayathartha is there are 9. But actually the fact is there were 10. Who gave this knowledge? This wise person his statement is non-defective shabda. He gave this knowledge that there are 10 people. How he gave? Independently, not depending on anyone else. That's all. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Actually, how to establish the independentness, that means nairapekshata of the shabda here. If you see in the case of pratyaksha pramana, pratyaksha pramana is not independent. So we have seen an example. केनचित् ब्रह्मात् सति अपि अश्रद्धीयमाने सत्येवम् इदम् इति नभौ वाण्यादौ जानन्नपि वृद्धोपासनं विना न किञ्चिदपि तत्त्वेन निर्णेतुं शक्नोति इति हि सर्वेषामेव न्यायविदा स्थितिः. In the case of Pratyaksha Pramana, so there was head actually, he is seeing in the field, and because of this some illusion, he is not thinking that that head is his own friend's head. But when he heard, that means kenachit brahmat, that means some brahma, that means some illusion is the cause. So because of that, he was not able to, even he is seeing with his eyes, now those eyes are affected by the illusion. So that's why they are not producing the knowledge that this head is friend's head. But when he heard Nabho Vanyado, that means Nabha means Akasha. So Vani means Akashvani. Janannapi. So Urdhopasanam vina na kinchidapi tattvena nirnetum shaknoti. So by hearing the voice from the Akashvani, so then he get the understanding that yes, this is his friend's head. So then from this we are understanding that pratyaksha pramanam is not independent. So that means to know this head is my friend's head, pratyaksha pramanam is not able to give this knowledge actually. Because pratyaksha pramanam means eyes got illusioned, and with that eyes he was seeing and he thought that it is not his friend's head. But now because of this Akashvani he is able to know. So this is an example to establish pratyaksha pramana is not independent. Then after that, Shabdasya tu nairapeksham. But Shabda is independent. For that, what is the example? Dashamahatvam asi. You are the 10th one. In this, we can see, in this example, we can see independentness of the production of the knowledge. So, what happens here when these 10 people actually, they were just thinking, counting, except him, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Oh, we are 9 only, and started crying. That means they were got illusioned, and with the pratyaksha, they are not able to get the 10th one. But when they hear from the a learned person, you are the 10th one. This is a statement actually. When they heard the statement, then what happened? Saesha shabdo dashamoham asmi iti pramayaha tirskarinam moham shravanapata pravesha matrad vinivartayati iti ityeva iti spashtameva nairapeksham. What happened till before that, when they didn't hear from this learned man, that means you are the 10th one, there was some illusion is there in them. What that illusion? That illusion is stopping. For what? Prama. For prama, what prama? Dashamaha aham asmi. That means I am the 10th one. So for the production of this knowledge, so there is some obstacle was there. That means this knowledge is not produced in them because of moham, because of this some kind of illusion. Dashamaha aham asmi iti pramayaha tiraskarinam moham. So Dashamaha tvamasi, that means what is the meaning of Dashamaha tvamasi? You are the 10th one. This statement, what it is doing? It is destroying the moham, which is this moham is the cause for stopping. Is the cause for the stopping the I am the 10th one. Stop. This is the rejecting actually. So this is the rejecting what? I am the 10th one to production of this knowledge. This is stopping actually, this moham. Just let me show my 1 second. My screen. Just. How many are there? There are 10 boys are there. After crossing the river, everyone is counting all 9 and thinking that there are only 9. But now there is a learned man came. So in the previously before he said what he said, this learned man, Dashamaha tvam asi. Dashamah Tvamasi means you are the 10th one. This is a statement actually. This is the Vakyam. This is a Shabda Pramanam. What happened then? When they previously, what is happening in all of these people? When they count, they are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I am 10th one. Dashamaha Ahamasmi. That means I am the 10th one. This kind of, I am the 10th one. This kind of knowledge is not produced actually in them. Why? Why this kind of knowledge is produced? The reason is there is an illusion actually. There is an illusion which is stopping. It is there in everyone actually, but that's why they are all counting 1, 2, 3, 4. But and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I am the 10th one. Like that they should say, na? They are not saying like that. That means I am the 10th one. This knowledge is not produced. This knowledge is not produced because of what? There is a stopper is there. What is the stopper? This illusion is the stopper. There is an illusion that is the stopping them actually. That is stopping that knowledge. That means Eshaha Dashamoham Asmi iti Pramaya Tiraskarina Moham Shravanapatha Pravesha Matrad Vinivartayati. Then when this sentence entered into the ears of these people, that means you are the 10th one, then what happened? The illusion which is stopping for what? I am the 10th one. So, which is a stopper for the knowledge. What is that knowledge? I am the 10th one. So, that is now destroyed. This illusion is destroyed. Is destroyed. Just when you are the 10th one, this message is reached, this illusion is destroyed. So here, what Jiva Goswami is saying, in the case of pratyaksha pramana, what has happened? He is seeing the head of his friend and thinking that because of that illusion, he was there only. So he was thinking that it's my friend head only like that. No. He's not. He's thinking that it's not my friend's head. That was because of the Brahma. But now, here what is happening here also, here when this Dashamaha Tvamasi, when they hear this sentence, this moham, that means pramayaha tiraskarinam moham shravanapatha pravesha matrad sa eshaha sabda. Which sabda? Dashamaha Tvamasi. This sabda, what this Dasamastomasi, that means you are the 10th one. This sentence, Shabda means this sentence, what is it is doing? It is destroying the moham. So, which is stopping what? What knowledge? I am the 10th one. So that knowledge is stopped by this moham, and that moham is just destroyed when this sentence is Dasamahatomasi. That means you are the 10th one. That sentence, when it is reached to the ears. श्रवणपथ प्रवेश मात्राद विनिवर्तयति इति स्पष्टमेव नैरपेक्षम. That means here this moham is not stopping this knowledge. That means this sentence to produce the knowledge. So vinivartayati va iti spashtameva nairapeksham. In this way, it is independent. This moham is not stopping, this illusion. Okay? This way it is explained. Okay, any further questions for anyone? You can note it, Mataji, Arcanabhati. Note this point.
Yes, sir. Arti Mataji. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranams. Prabhuji, can you explain the point where the mother tells her son, okay, that you were born to me in Mathura? So, how, can the boy perceive it by going back to the date when he was born? I mean, this is what I have understood, but here it means that he is unable to do it by himself to get to know the reality. So, what other example or explanation can you give, Prabhuji, for better understanding?
Arcanabhati Mataji, you proceed. You can handle it.
I think Mataji wants to hear from you.
No. Explain that again, maybe.
Okay. Mataji, unmute. Arti Mataji.
Mataji, you can also explain. Actually, he was on screen, so I said that.
Yeah. So, can you just say your question again, Mataji? Don't mute yourself. Say unmute. So, you're saying, your question is, can you repeat?
Yes, Mataji. I mean, the boy cannot perceive the fact that he was born to his mother in Mathura by himself.
Yeah.
So, like for example, just for a tarka or argument's sake, he can get the help of some other source to find out that yes, he was born. But here, what is exactly that we are trying to point out?
Establish.
That
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. So the point here is that pratyaksha pramana will serve sabda according to its capacity. That means sometimes it is able to support the statement of sabda, non-defective sabda, and at other times it does not have the capacity to support non-defective sabda. So this example which you have given is showing how pratyaksha pramana is unable to support non-defective shabda. In this case, non-defective shabda is the statement by the mother. The mother is telling her son, my dear boy, you were born to me in the city of Mathura. Let's say the boy is 10 years old now. You were born to me in the city of Mathura. So this is the non-defective shabda. How will pratyaksha pramanam serve this non-defective shabda? By direct perception. By direct perception. Whatever is said, if that can be perceived directly, then we can say pratyaksha pramanam is supporting or serving the non-defective shabda. In his case, the son's case, is it possible for him to go and perceive this fact that he was actually born to his mother in Mathura city on that particular date? Is it possible for him to perceive it? You are saying he can hear from some other source. That is not direct perception from other source. Direct perception means he should actually go and perceive it directly, seeing that he is taking birth there. Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. So, like we say, there are many things which are inconceivable, like in Lord's creation, which we can't understand when we are said about it. So, is that the thing, Mataji? Can I relate to that? Because
There
we
are many
cannot go.
statements.
We can't go back to the origin of everything and say, okay, yes, I mean, I can see that. We can't do that by direct perception. So when Shastras say we have, sorry, Mataji, I'm going.
No, correct. Yeah. So when there is a
Hare
statement
Krishna.
in Shastra which you are not able to perceive it directly, yeah, it is accepted. It is accepted that by direct perception, it is not
We can't.
possible to perceive everything that is said in Shastra by your direct
Yes.
perception. It is not possible. But just because you are not able to perceive it does not mean that that statement is false.
Yes. Got it. Yes, Mataji. Yes. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Actually, the main focus there is mainly we are focusing on pratyaksha pramana is catering or his service based upon its capacity. That means pratyaksha pramana always cannot. That means it cannot serve sabda pramana always. That's another point, Mataji. So that is the point we have to here understand. Pratyaksha, that means whatever we hear from the Shabda Pramana, that everything can't be perceived by the direct perception. Sometimes we can perceive by the direct perception, that means Pratyaksha, and sometimes we can't. So example is given here. So you have given example that, what is that example? Agnir himasya bheshajam. Agnir himasya bheshajam. That means Agni. That means someone is suffering with the cold. That means coldness because of winter season. Then what is the medicine for him? Agni, fire. This is the pratyaksha pramanam. This is sabda pramanam. So fire is medicine for the coldness. Then this you can experience actually also. In winter season you are now shivering, and when you go near to the fire, now you are realizing fire is medicine for coldness. This you experienced also, which is there in the statement. That statement is also experimented or not actually experienced. But can you say based upon this all the time pratyaksha pramana can assist? Can assist. That means whatever said by the sabda pramana, all those things can be perceived by the pratyaksha pramana, so that pratyaksha pramana is becoming or serving. So this is sabda pramana. Like that, can you say? No. There is an example where we can find pratyaksha pramana is not serving, is not able to, not serving means not able to serve the sabda pramana. What is that sabda pramana? Example is given. Mother is saying to boy, my dear boy, you took birth in the city Mathura. Bhavan babuva garbe me Mathura nagare suta. O putra, O my dear son, you got birth in my womb in Mathura city. This is the statement. This is a Sabda Pramana. And this is heard by this boy. After hearing this, he understood, oh, he took birth from his mother in the city Mathura. And he wants to just verify this with the Pratyaksha Pramana. That means he wants to see this by his eyes. With his eyes, can he see? No, he cannot. That means we are giving an example where Pratyaksha Pramana is not able to not able to serve the Shabda Pramana. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Next.
Any other questions? No questions.
Very good. Wow, Mataji, you are successful, finally. You made them within 4 or 5 days. All clear to them, actually. They stopped asking questions. After 1 2 years, my classes, I stopped asking questions now.
It's already ripened now, Prabhuji. You had to start fresh. I'm just repeating. Devahuti Mataji is asking.
No, Mataji, they stopped asking questions.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranams. In that case where the 10 boys were crossing the river and were counting 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9 and forget to count themselves, this is coming to my mind. Is it lack of intelligence?
I said na Brahma.
How all 9 can have, all the 10 can have Brahma is.
Mataji is an example.
It's an example, I understand, but I felt it's a lack of intelligence or foolishness on their part to leave themselves. This is what is coming to my thinking.
When I said Brahma, you take it as Brahma. Then if you want to speculate, you can speculate. That means moham. You said na moham. Some moham is there. So what Acharya is saying in the example. So Acharya is saying that Dashamaha aham asmi. That means I am the 10th one. Iti pramayaha. That means Dashamaha aham asmi iti pramayaha tiraskarinam moham. You know the Devanagari?
Yes.
Yeah, it is moham. Okay, you may say it's a foolishness, whateverness. But what Acharya is saying, I am the 10th one. This kind of knowledge, to not to arise in this kind of knowledge, there is what? Tiraskarinam means rejecting. What rejecting? Moham. Iti pramayaha tiraskarinam moham nivartayati. Pravesha matra vinivartayati. My charging will be over. Who is vinivartayati means destroys. Who destroys? Sa eshaha sabdaha. That's shabdaha. Dashamaha tvamasi. That means you are the 10th one. This sound, this sentence is destroying this moha.
Okay.
So, okay.
Thank you.
Most of the time we are just parrots. We are not intelligents. We don't know anything actually. Whatever is there in the Acharya's books, we just repeat that. Sometimes we feel fear to give a sometimes new example also. You may consider it as a impotency or whatever, but we fear of the committing mistakes. So, and also our thinking, it should not go beyond the tracks. Of course, life is learning process and we keep on sincerely endeavoring. But people have so much eagerness to speculate more and try to show. I'm not targeting anyone, Devoti Mata, not saying to you, just I'm saying the general tendency of the present society. They like to speak so much and they like to prove so much, and this can be that can be that. This is what just the itching actually, which is coming from the mode of passion. So people may say this is it's a brilliant, this is a brilliance, and it is really worthwhile. It is worth enough. We don't say it is not worth. We don't say it like that. It's not worth enough. You just learn whatever is said in the Sastra as it is. People may say it's like we are become parrot. Yeah, you become parrot. That is the best thing actually. Ultimately, we should understand Sastra because Sastra is the highest authority, where our unnecessarily deviations should be completely erased out. And we should learn what our Sastra is saying as it is. And that much if we learn, then that will make our life perfect actually. We will realize we are not this body, we are servant of the Lord. That is it. That is only the goal. Not to create some new things in this material world, no. This material world is a place for speculation, and it will facilitate so many things. It will make you illusioned actually. It will show you so many varieties of things, things, glittering things. And that is not the goal of the life. Just to learn Sastra as it is and apply that as it is in your life. And just to perfect your life. Material success, material where you are creating some new things in this material world. No, that is not the success of it. So that means chastity. Chastity means chastity towards the knowledge. We should try to be a chaste person. Whatever Sastra said, that I should always keep me in that framework only. I don't want to deviate even little bit. This kind of sincere desire one should have. And we are not perfect, definitely. We want to be a chaste. But we always prayed, want to be chaste. And in this journey, if whoever is having the mode of passion, so they don't know that they are going out from the track. That's very dangerous. Modern scientists, they keep on taking some formulas or some facts, whatever the previous scientist invented, and based upon that, he keep on speculating, and out of 100 things, maybe one thing is little bit correct, and most of things are error is there, errata in that. And they produce a paper and they say, yes, this can be the solution, that can be the solution, and it's like simply they are wasting their time instead of following the Sastra as it is. For everything, actually, Sastra is meant for everything, even for the health, the food, everything, for production of food and for spiritual growth and for the maintenance of good health and for the designing the society, everything. Sastra is there. How to operate this material world and how to live in this material world, Sastra is there. That's why Sastra is the Pramanam. And Sastra is the guide for us to mold our life materially and also spiritually. And but people, they don't want Bhagavad Gita also, they hundreds of commentaries are there. All are speculations. Mr. Gandhi has given his own speculation. Completely nonsense. And people think that this is a wonderful creation. It's not wonderful creation, it's a bogus. You have to learn as it is. That is a perfection. And people say that learning as it is means it's just a parrot. It's not parrot. It's a success. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Any questions? You are understanding Mataji, whatever she is saying. That's why I think you are not getting questions. Or otherwise you want to go on. What is the reason?
Maybe you should ask questions.
I should ask questions, then it's good. Then they will
Yeah.
leave immediately.
Then they'll become interactive. You ask questions.
Samyu Raja, what do you understood? Tell me. Hey, actually, I want to ask Mataji that girl, where is that girl? Is there?
She didn't come. Manasvi. Yesterday she
Manasvi.
was there. She didn't come yesterday.
No. Today she is there. Where is
She's there.
Manasvi? She was. Now she is not. Where is Manasvi? So nice girl, actually.
Yeah.
Where is Manasvi? Okay. Any questions? Maybe I think we can wind up.
Okay.
This is enough. We asked so many times. 3 times are over.
So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, no classes. Monday we'll have
Wow.
class. We'll
We are
go
so
over the
happy.
material.
Holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. Please revise whatever material has been shared with you. You can listen to the lectures again, or and read the material, answer the questions, and come prepared for Monday class.
Yeah, you are all very fortunate. You got a nice teacher, and she is sending questions also. And Mataji, she wrote a notes. She took so much time actually. So many times she heard and she made a notes. Whatever she is sharing is a notes from the lectures actually, and she is giving notes also. And as it is, she is teaching whatever is there in the notes, and after that, giving questions to answer that. It's good. Lot of hard work to develop such a course. So utilize this opportunity and try to learn seriously. And it will be looking like for you very strange course actually. You might be feeling it's really very strange, and this kind of course you might not have seen. You might have seen in your material education, but in the spiritual education you might not have seen. Looking very technical and very, it will make you chaste person actually. This kind of learning will make you to become a strict in the learning actually, and also not to speculate. And this presentation is done by Jiva Goswami actually. It's not the, we should not take any credit actually. It's completely Jiva's his credit actually, and he gave the text actually. That's why you try to uh, hear again and again. Then by that what will happen? Now, if you hear one word, you will be having two different words, meanings are coming in front of you, and lot of illusion is created in you. What happens, even you are hearing the classes, at that time, so many words you are hearing, and because being inflicted by the Rajas and Tamas, when you are hearing the words, you will be remembering the different meanings for the each word, and also different meanings for the each sentences, and which are not correct also. And like this, you are, while hearing the whole class for 1.5 hour, you created so much unwanted thinking things also in your consciousness, in your knowledge. Now, how to remove that unwanted thing which is the wrong? You have to do practice here again and again. Just in first day, if you try to shoot an arrow towards a target, it may not go and hit to the rightly exactly the target. It may go little far. It will deflect from the original target. The same way, when you hear one time, you may not able to catch the right point what you have to catch. But when you hear again and again, then you will come to the right point actually. You will correct yourself also. Because of, so again and again hearing will make you more and more close to the target. That means more and more close to the original meaning. So that's why abhyas, whoever practice, and he will be the successful. But whoever is not practicing, for him this education will become simply a poison, because half knowledge is always poison. Yeah, it's a poison actually, because you'll be just buck buck buck. So you'll be speaking like buck buck, but where there is no fact in your buck buck. And you are creating the illusion in the society. You are spreading illusion in the society to many, many people. Finally, you are distributing poison to the people. So that's why in the Vedic times, a student means he is very strict and he will be disciplined like anything in all the ways. In the eating, in sleeping, and also in learning, and also in the reproduction. It is expected he has to reproduce as it is, what the way teacher spoken to him, the same way he should reproduce. There should not be any mistake in that. If he is doing mistake, then he will be corrected and he will not be promoted to the next level. So, in this way, the Guru Parampara will be maintained. But those disciples who are not faithful and chaste towards their Guru's instructions and Guru's knowledge, and they are all the prostitute disciples and who is creating the mess in the disciplic succession. How can you expect then that disciplic succession will be a proper disciplic succession? You cannot expect that. Sakalena Mahato Yoga Nastha Parantapa. That means in that line, whoever is coming now, they are all actually already deviated people. Okay. So try to be a chaste person. At least 1 life, 10 lives also is not a wrong thing. Take 10 lives and become a nicely, you should learn Sastra and practice it and become perfect and go back to Godhead. It's not a simple thing actually to become a pure devotee. Until unless if you don't change in so many ways actually. Your learning systems also should be clean and clear. And for that you should be in the mode of goodness. And for that you should leave the association of the past and ignorance. And you should be very sincere and strict and loyal and faithful in learning. And with that proper learning will lead to the proper practice. And when you do the sincere, serious practice, then you'll be getting the result. Do you think becoming Krishna conscious is so easy? It's not so easy actually. Don't think it's so cheap. It's not like just something earning money and enjoying the life. No. This is really very, very, very important thing actually. Very seriously, you should aspire for this Krishna consciousness. Then you will be successful. Take this movement very seriously and also this course and learning. All the best for all of you. Okay, Mataji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Wind up.
Thank you all, dear devotee. Hare Krishna. So I will see you on Monday. Go over the material. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Venugopal Prabhu ki jai.
Our
Samahita
Grace
Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Archana Bhakti Mataji ki jai. She is your teacher. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll end